Hey, family, welcome back to the channel. This is your boy, Cut Nice 50, and welcome to One on One with Cut Nice 50. Today, man, we got a video review of my guy, Roland Martin, and this is by request. Like I told y'all before, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. When it comes to Roland, I don't know too much about him. I've been hearing when I did the interview, I did the review on him and Stephen A. Smith, and from my perception, the facts that he presented wasn't the facts that was in the claims. I pulled up all the articles, I attached the articles. You can see for yourself all the details involved. But from everybody's point of view, we got our own perceptions when it comes to journalists and stuff like that. I don't get too involved in politics. My life doesn't give me the ability to do that. I'm more concerned with the day to day stuff, the local stuff, if that makes sense, in government, law enforcement, 25 plus years. So we all have our expertise in whatever field that we basically lived our life on. But when it comes to rolling that video, and like I said before, he could be an amazing journalist. I just don't know enough about him. So I decided, per request, to do two video reviews. I'm gonna start off light. I think he did one with my guy Gary Owen, and he did a little quick video. It's like 6 minutes. We're gonna review it, check it out, and y'all let me know what you think. Let me go ahead and get these aminos in me real quick. Any questions, comments, make sure y'all ask me below. And we're gonna go ahead and get it started. And the next one, I think it's about Kamalaharris. I'm gonna ease in that. I think he probably got a 2 hour long, however long he sat down with her. But I see a video he has only 35 minutes. We have reviewed that one, and that'd be more of the sensitive and serious topics. And I can give my full perception of what Roland actually is. Is he more leaning to the left or right or whatever the case may be? For me, like I said before, I don't do politics. I don't believe in politics. I believe in unity. I believe in peace, positive vibes, positive energy. I don't believe in downgrading and talking down to nobody, or even judging them and criticizing them by their perception of how they live their life. Like I said before, we all have our own perceptions, our own beliefs, and our own system to do things because we're still living this life together, but we're walking in our own path. With that being said, let's go ahead and get it started. All right, Pamela, welcome back. I got the video started and it's titled Comedian Gary Owen Ethers Heckler Trumper. I still got your money beat. And this is Roland Martin Uncensored. My first video review of him since he's an amazing reporter, newscaster, whatever you want to call him. They say he's amazing. And it's going to be my first review. Let's go. Pardon the language.
To a lot of comedy shows. And when you go to a comedy show, you know what? You're supposed to laugh. All right, it's gonna happen. And they might say some stuff that offends you. They're comedians. That's what they do. So I don't understand why people go to comedy shows and act like they're going to seminar or going to a workshop or going to hear a sermon or a speech. They're not. It's a comedy show. Everybody can get ripped. Anybody can get ripped at any time.
I agree.
So I was on Instagram yesterday and I saw this post. So my man Gary Owen was on stage, and this mad fool in the audience did not take kindly to Gary's jokes about the orange man. So things got a little profane. So if y'all don't like cussing, go ahead and turn the TV, turn your phone down. Let me give y'all some time. But I thought this was so hilarious that I hit Gary. I was like, yo, Gary, y'all got to send me the 16 by 9 video. And so his homeboy, he sent it to me. Let me give his name. I loved it. He said, oh, absolutely. He said, Roland Martin, you're a legend. We got to send it to you. So Adam Finke sent me this video. He shot this. So, all right, y'all got time. Y'all can't stand cussing. I thought this was just
Now, I don't do too much cussing, but I do like comedy. So I like Gary. He's one of the best, in my opinion. Pardon the language. I'm gonna have to put a sensory thing on here with adult language. You can clearly see the guy's drunk.
People, Randy.
Now, before we go ahead and get it started, now that was fun. And Gary Owens is, like I said, amazing talent. I don't watch his shows plenty of time. I don't remember too much cussing, but I mean, it's neither here or there. He's a universal comic, meaning black people, Asian, you name it. He's gonna crack on everybody, and he's gonna be funny. A lot of people like him. Like I said before, I think he's one of the best. I met Gary so many times. Like I said before, I've been in law enforcement over 25 years. I used to have the contract for the Comedy House in South Carolina, and he always used to come open up, very nice. He'd been married to a African American lady, his kids, mix all this other stuff. So Gary is down to earth. I don't think he's from the city, I don't believe, but um, similar mindsets. Like I say before, I don't know if the guy was MAGA or whatever the case may be, but Gary is gonna let you have it. He don't matter. He's not gonna think nothing about race. And like I say, he's a comedian. This is what he does for a living. He's gonna dismantle you in any shape and form that he can to because you're gonna help his show out. So I always recommend people to go see Gary Owens. If you need a laugh, you need something to talk about. He don't care nothing about politics, but he did let you know when it comes to celebrity limelight that when he talked about Steve Harvey and he didn't want to bring it to Steve Harvey how they got on him when he first got on. They was doing the show together. I don't know if y'all remember that, and they just used his voice, and it was he went somewhere else and got paid 10 times as much that they was attempting to offer. So not only did they disrespect him off his talent, they didn't even want to pay him. And he didn't want to bring that to Steve, but whatever Steve's team around him, it was just all disrespectful. But you hear Gary speaking about that all the time. Just check it out for yourself. Let me know what you think. Like I said, he's funny. So far in the video, I don't see nothing about it, but that's Gary. So it's a comedian. So maybe can I get a sense of this, but we'll go ahead and continue and see what y'all think.
If you don't walk your ass out when the Make America Great Again happens, I'm just saying, they gonna light that ass up.
He came wanting to fight. You got your Trump thing on. And like I said, Trump's people are the angriest people I've ever seen in my life. They are always angry at somebody. They're scared to death of somebody taking over the world. So he came in looking for a fight, and he got.
Now, I don't know if that's true. Now, I'm not a Trump or I'm not a Kamala. I'm a people person. So I'm not a Trumper. So maybe I can't answer this question. But the ones who I know, especially the black men who are now going for Trump, I don't see them angry. I don't see them thinking somebody's coming to take this and take that. I just think they agree now with the Republicans. They done voted Democrat all their life, kind of like myself. When I was into politics or when I thought I could make a difference by voting Democrat, besides before I started educating myself on who started each party and all this and that, but we're not going down that rabbit hole. I also felt the same way probably that she felt and stuff like that. But when I started learning that, if you get money there, that each party is designed for different things, seeming like the Democratic Party is more about government assistance, keeping you dependent on the government, and the Republican Party is more about independence and keeping you as an entrepreneur, making ways for yourself without the government getting too much in your business. That's what it just appears to me. Maybe I'm wrong, but share your thoughts on each party and what you think they are designed for and what each party means to you, whether you're a Democrat or Republican. I myself, I always consider myself as an independent. I was never, even though they put it, I think what it was after Al Gore, I think they eliminated independent and they made you either choose the Democrat or Republican. But I don't get when people go off on Trump and he used to be a Democrat and everybody loved him. And now the same people, since he's a Republican, saying he's racist and this and that, but he wasn't racist when he employed you. Like you say, Whoopi Goldberg, he would employ her 4 or 5 times and paid you all this money and you was close friends, but he wasn't racist then, but I can't get down or think the way they think because he's always been a rich, wealthy person, and that's a whole different level from us. So it's a different mindset when you come from the projects, from the hood, you come from a lower class coming up in life. It's a different mindset. So I can't relate to them on certain things. But when it comes to protecting our kids, keeping religion alive or faith alive, um, I think a lot. It's just certain things that I'm not gonna accept ever in life when it comes to taking advantage of the ones who can't take care of themselves. That's just something that's morally is never gonna happen in my eyes. So share your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Let's go.
Don't start.
One of the reasons why I want Trump to lose so bad because I can't wait for MAGA tears. I want that man. I want Kamalaharris to win and Tim Walz win, and I want these MAGA people to be crying upset. I can't. I just can't wait for the wine of Megyn Kelly and Fox News. I just can't wait for that second consecutive L to be hung on Trump's fat ass.
Well, we'll have that all taken care of here in 3 weeks now. So, the truth hurts for a lot of people. And that truth is being able to put the mirror up to the injustices that have happened, to us as individuals and how we treat each other and how we look at the world. And that reflection will be very, very bright here in 3 weeks. The next part of that, of course, is that we have to do what we can to make sure that this country heals and that we move forward in a positive direction. But it will also be very eye-opening to folks when they see the results. They said we would.
And I agree with him. It's going to be very eye-opening. Do I think, I'm going to just give my opinion on the election. Who's going to win? I don't think Kamala's going to win. There's no way on earth she can win with the stuff that she's throwing out there. It's not going to happen. I guess they got all kind of things that's going. I just don't agree with what the Democratic Party stands for right now. Like I said, I voted Democrat all my life. I was raised to think that Democrats were for the poor people and Republicans was for the rich. That's just how I was raised. I don't know about you, but that's how they bred us. And then I started learning that the Democrats, all the stuff they put in to separate families and stuff like that, the child support system, you name it, 3 strike laws. I done had family members who are victim of all this stuff like this. And from Kamala, all the laws that need to change. But that's just my life. I still don't judge her. I can't judge her for what she did at her prime or whatever she did in the life. When she was a prosecutor, I'm never gonna judge nobody for that. But that's just my own perception. That's what I felt when I knowing Kamala. But like I said before, I don't believe in politics. So whether it's Trump, Kamala, whatever the case, is it gonna affect our day-to-day life? Eventually, it definitely will, because we all know what the Biden and Harris administration, what they did in the last couple of years, besides the pandemic, with the open borders and stuff like that. It's amazing. I think I'm gonna do a video review. It's the Carter family. They did it, and when I tell you all these facts that came out about immediately when they took office, what happened to some families of the immigrants they got left in and the murders and stuff they committed. Not even hours later or a couple of weeks later, once they get in the system, and they use it as criminals and stuff like that. And it can happen. I get it. But you never want to lose the life of your kids and stuff like that, or have them get, serious stuff happen to them that you can't help them with. That's just something that's just sad. And yes, it's probably gonna happen with anybody. It don't matter who was the president at that time. But I'm just looking at the policies and the plans they put in place immediately after taking over. So that thing was it a CNN interview? I forgot what interview it was. But the Carter family, they reviewed it. I don't want to review the original video. I reviewed theirs off the Carter family because they got a bigger platform. And sometimes when you do like the news outlets, you try to review it, their copyright strike you down and stuff like that. So we don't want any of that. But I mean, so far, like I said before, this is my first review of Roland Martin. It was funny. He had some hilarious takes in them. Clearly, you can see he is for the Harris administration. He's a Democrat. He's for the Biden administration. I didn't see too much wrong with that video reporting style in this one because it was funny to me. But like I said before, I don't know who the rest of his cast is, but when the young lady, when she says that the Trump people that she saw was angry and they seemed like somebody wanted to take something from them, I maybe can see some of that if they're talking about the ones who are considered or perceived to be racist or who wants to go back to a different way or whoever knows. Like I said, but I can see those who they consider hillbillies or whatever the case may be. I can see what they're talking about with that. I just never met none of those people that they see. And I done met all types of walk of life. I done came from South Carolina, Columbia. I done been in the country. So I done been in Ohio and nothing but the hills and the farmlands and stuff like that. I just don't never see. So I done met plenty of people with Confederate flags, and me and my wife talk about it plenty of times. She feels type of way about the Confederate flags, and vice versa. I don't. You can wear whatever else. No flag is gonna change my opinion of you if your character is good. If that makes any sense, you doing it for whatever reason you want to. And I look at any flag. It don't matter what it is. I try not to hold nothing as an idol or stuff like that. American flag has blood on it. All these flags has blood of it. I'm against war, period. I'm against violence. I'm against discrimination, racism, being prejudiced towards somebody for their own personal beliefs. And that's anything. I'm against placism, which we see a lot today in if you're a job or whatever case of class, because somebody has more money than you, a better car than you. I'm against all that because at the end of the day, we're all humans. We all bleed the same. We all still trying to live our life the best way we can, try to make the right decisions for us, our family, and we all still got to be here together. Yes, we might have different perceptions. Yes, we might have different opinions, but we can still do this peacefully. We can debate peacefully. We can agree to disagree and keep it moving. So I tell people, don't never let politics ruin your perception of other people based off how they live in their life because you're not walking in their shoes. You don't see things the same. I mean, you are never going to agree on the same thing because you're not the same. But that's my own personal belief. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I got to say, this first video review of Roland Martin, I can't say anything bad about him per se when it comes to that video. And my guy, the comedian, you already know who's a hilarious Gary the Man Owen is a beast. And I think the whole video, I'll put the link in the description below. Check out all our partners. And with that, people, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. We out.